Hi, my name's Helen. This is my channel, HelenMaryJo. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, thank you. And if you're a Hell's Bell, hello. So, first of all, thank you. Thank you for all the lovely comments and thank you for all the condolences on my daughter's mother-in-law's passing and good wishes for her funeral on Friday. All of the preparations have been made, I think. And I've bought the flowers, they're currently being conditioned, and so I will record the making of the coffin topper and get that uploaded as soon as it's done. It's been a very stressful time, and I think these processes are very important. I didn't actually mean to talk about this. I don't know what happens to me. I sit down and I think, oh, I'll just say blah, blah, blah. And then anyway, never mind. Most of us have to deal with death. Well, all of us, don't we have to deal with death in some form or another, whether it's ours or someone we love. And the processes, I think, of the funeral and the wake and everything are all quite important parts of the journey. I was talking to someone yesterday whose father had lived abroad and he was just cremated without any ceremony, and she couldn't get there in time. And she says she feels like there was no, I hate the expression, but no closure, because she hasn't been through those processes that I think all help us to grieve. So although it's very painful, and I don't think anyone's looking forward to the funeral, but I think it's a very important part of the process. And the children are fine about it. They want to go. They're not going to go to the actual burial. I think that might be a bit too much for them. And also I don't think they want to see their dad, who will definitely be very upset. So I think that's the plan at the moment. But you know what? I have to remember that I'm just the grandmother and they have to decide what's best for their own children. And my job is to support them in all of this, which I am doing to the best of my ability. So yeah, it's a strange time, isn't it? That time between the death and the funeral. And it's been quite a long time, although I've got another funeral to go to. That's all I go to these days, sadly. And that'll be about 7 weeks from the person dying to the funeral, which is an awfully long time. But it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, depends where you live, the pressure on everywhere. Anyway, a bit brighter. It's all a bit doom and gloom, isn't it? But, it's weighing heavily on me at the moment, I suppose, because it's just in a couple of days' time now. Anyway, what am I talking about today? Clothes as usual, really. And I just thought, these flipping sales. I say to myself, Helen, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't need it. Oh, but it's really nice. Oh, you don't need it. Oh, but it's really nice. It's really good value, blah, 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 blah. And I just thought I'd show you a couple of bits that I have bought. And then I've got an outfit, which I'm not sure whether it is ludicrous or lovely, but we could find out together. You can see I'm wearing my scarf in that tied way that I showed you the other day with the little yellow and pink scarf, which didn't work so well because it wasn't so big. But this is a beautiful silk Alexander McQueen scarf that my daughter bought me for Christmas. It's absolutely lovely. And it's quite chilly today, so I sound like my mother now, but having a scarf around your neck really does help. So you just get the scarf, fold it so that it becomes like a long rectangle, and then just do one knot in the middle. So that's the knot. And then you simply feed through the two ends of the scarf. And I think it makes a nice, neat finish. And, you can have it lower or higher or whatever, how you like. So I just thought I'd pop that on today because I'm just wearing this cream Primark jumper. I'm not actually going out today, so I've got a full face of makeup on because I don't really like filming without it unless I'm doing a get ready with me. But on that, I'm still waiting for the Laura Geller stuff to come through. It's taken forever. And I like to kind of, I'm not going to say I'm on trend, of course I'm not, but I like to be aware of the trends. And the trend at the moment is very much what they're calling clean and the glow. So, you know, the trend with nails is to just look like they're very natural but groomed. I'm having my nails done next week and I may well go for that look. Although I do love this. This is the copy of the Chanel Rouge Noir, which I also love. But when the girl takes the varnish off her, it does look like she's murdered somebody. It's so dark. Anyway, that's another story. So I've done my makeup today, kind of very like natural as far as makeup can be. So I've got just this light blusher on and more or less just a neutral base with a tiny little bit of darker beige on the crease. I'll do all of this when I do my Laura Geller video, and then a kind of a nude lipstick. The glow part of the equation I'm still working on, because I think you have to be very careful when you're not young. You know, you don't generally have a natural glow about your skin unless you've just come out of a hot flush. And I don't think that's the look you're going for. So, but I've probably got products already that would do, but I see that e.l.f. is doing a specific product which is a complete rip-off of the Charlotte Tilbury one. So when I'm out next, I'll see if I can find that and see how that works, and probably use it in conjunction with the Laura Geller. I can't remember, it's been over a week now, and you know, we don't have to wait for deliveries very long now, do we? So it is a bit of a pain, but anyway, it's what it is. So let me just show you these couple of bits I got. This I got in the next sale, and this is a nice melamine bowl. It's a lovely size and it's quite shallow. I don't know if you can see that, but this is great. Love it. This was reduced from £24 to £10, and I think it's perfect. I've got so many bowls. I do need to get rid of some because I just don't use the big china ones anymore. But this is great for a salad or a big bowl of pasta. I think it's really nice. It looks quite kind of Mexican, doesn't it? But yeah, that'll be my new favourite, I think. Love it. And then, you know, again, I was looking for something for Mum. Mum was buying somebody a gift, and she said, oh, I don't know what to buy. So I take that as a kind of a challenge, and I went on and I did find her something that she bought for the person. I can't say in case they watch. And so, of course, then I had to look at the White Company site, is where she bought the gift. And I saw this, which as well, I absolutely loved. And this was £24 from £48. And it's a nice heavy tray, metal. But in the front room, you know, in front of one of the sofas, we've got those two kind of footstools. They're like boxes, they're velvet covered boxes, and if you want to put a cup of tea down or anything, you need a tray. So I'm just going to sit that on one of those, and I think that will look rather nice actually. So I haven't put that on there yet. I'll try that in a second. Rob's gonna, anyway, who cares? Not me. And then what else have I been up to this week? Oh yeah, I went to, I've got some clothes to show you, don't despair. I went to the physiotherapist yesterday about my hip, leg, back, whatever the problem is, we still don't know. I've got my referral to the clinic at the end of February, so that's not too bad really. And so I saw the physiotherapist, and I was driving there and I thought, I've got jeans on, although they were stretchy jeans. I thought, what if he, you know, wants to examine me or whatever? And I thought, oh, well, I've got a long top on and I've got decent knickers on. And, well, I mean, what actually happened there couldn't have been further from the truth. He didn't even look at me. Well, he did look at me just to talk to me, but he just asked me about my hip and problem and blah, blah, blah. And then he just sent me an email. He said, I've sent you an email with some exercises on it. I mean, honestly, I was quite surprised because I thought at the very least he would ask me to kind of stand and be assessed in some way. But you know what? I'm really glad he didn't ask me to take my trousers off, because when I went to bed last night, I realised that I had my knickers on back to front. The poor man. Oh my good Lord. Every time I went to the loo and I pulled my pants up, I thought, well, they're coming up high. Must be because I've lost weight. Well, no, it's because they were expecting my fat bottom in them and not my fat belly. So I had the kind of lace edge bit was at the back. Nobody needs to see that. So I did laugh to myself when I realised last evening, because I thought I would have died. I would have died if I'd have realised that the narrow bit was at the back. Anyway, there we are. I've got to just answer the phone now. Hang on. So that was Rob. He's on his way home, so I'll be attacked by Dolly in a second. So yeah, that made me laugh out loud actually when I realised. So yeah, he had a close escape. So I haven't done the exercises yet, but I printed them off, and I also told him about the exercise bike, and so I will be getting on that later. He told me that it was a very, very good thing to do for my hip, and because it was not load bearing, and he gave me some good advice about walking and stuff like that, and he told me how the bike should be set up. So I must do that later as well, and I will have Rob on my case. So let me see what I've got to show you. A few bits from Next, I think. I ordered those white jeans from 2 that I had in the 16. I ordered them in the 18 to see how they are, whether they might be more flattering in the 18, but I think I probably need a 17. But so I don't know whether I'll bother showing you on camera. And then I've got a couple of other bits. So bear with me, and let's see how we get on. And one of the items makes me smile just thinking about it, but we'll see. It might be great, it might be ridiculous, but there's only one way to find out. This isn't the thing that I thought was going to make you laugh, but it's made me laugh anyway. I think it's great. This is from the Next sale, and I can't remember how much it was, about 15 quid maybe. I think it was quite reduced, but it's this perfect if I'm going to a country and western event. I just see, my mum would literally be going, have you lost your mind? But I love it. I just think it's great. It's just a sweatshirt, but it's got this fringing on the arm, and do you know what, I've just got to keep it just in case I go to some country and western thing. I just think it's great. Now I've got the white jeans on that are an 18. They don't actually feel an awful lot bigger than the 16. So I think I'm just going to send them all back actually, because if they're not right, they're not right. I have got them on with kind of court shoes just because they're too long, but I'll show you what I mean. Just get this camera right. So they don't feel too big at all, but then 16 didn't feel too small, so it's very strange. But I think, you know what, like, if they don't feel right, then they're not going to feel right, are they? How many times can I use the word right in one sentence? But do you like this? I do. Yeehaw! So, I think this is really fun. I'll check the price, but if I do a little deal in my head and I kind of go, if it's 15 or under, then I'm keeping it. And if it's more, I'll send it back. But it's just a nice sweatshirt really, but just a bit of fun, don't you think? I'll definitely have to find a Motown country and western thing to go to. The other thing I want to show you, so it's not it, there's other bits to show you, is this I got in the Next sale. And this is a waterproof bag. Because you know, when we go on holiday, the two of us together and go to a beach, you kind of are worried to leave your valuables behind on the beach. So with this, it's as light as a feather, and this was reduced to, I want to say £16, something like that. but it's really, really light. It's incredible to believe that it's waterproof, because it's almost kind of see-through. Well, it is so clever, isn't it, the technology these days? So I know we've got waterproof bags that we use when we're on the boat, so you just kind of roll over the top, and then Rob can just wear this on his back. So I thought that was handy because it's so light. And the thing is, I have got a waterproof bag that I use for the boat, but I can leave that one in the suitcase and then I won't forget it. And the waterproof one, the other one I've got, is kind of with the boat stuff. So yeah, so it's still worth looking. And they've got one section on the clearance. So you go across the top of the tabs, there's clearance. And then there's one that's called further reductions. And, you know, if you're just looking for a bargain, that's the place to go. So I've got some other little bits, and I'll show you those now. Now, this obviously is with holidays in mind. And this was £16, I think, £17. It's size 16, and you can wear it on or off the shoulder. I find off the shoulder is quite flattering, actually. But it's just kind of, you know, for going down to the pool or the beach or whatever. I'm not sure. But again, I would decide. This one obviously just pulls on and off. On the model, it was calf length, but on me, it's more or less full length. They had it in quite a few colours, actually. I might prefer it in one of the prints, because I sort of don't like it around here, around my crotch. I don't think it looks very good. But it's very, very lightweight. I mean, if it is very hot, then that's the kind of test as well, what it does when I'm walking, if it kind of catches up in the crotch. But yeah, it's just I mean, I know it's bonkers, isn't it? We're in the middle of winter, but you know, the spring is around the corner. We're nearly at the end of January, thank goodness. But I'm sure there's 41 days in January. It seems to go on forever and ever. So anyway, bonkers. But I'm just trying to show you that there's so much stuff in the sale. I think when I put in size 16, there was 3,750 items of clothing there. So it's certainly worth looking at. I look like I'm naked, don't I? I'm not. That jumpsuit was £17 and this is £19. And why I like those off-the-shoulder jumpsuits as well is because they hide this part of your arm, if that's not your favourite. Now this is a bit rent-a-tin, so it will definitely be going back. It has got two thin little straps that you can wear with it, but you are honestly in danger of treading on this and putting the whole thing off. So I'll show you what I mean. I mean, loads of fabric if you wanted to make something else, or if you had a couple of tent poles handy, you could use it as a sunshade. So sometimes it's obvious why things are in the sale, and I think this is one of those. I mean, what a shame, all this fabric. You probably couldn't buy a bordered fabric like this for £19, because there must be at least 3 meters of fabric in here. So you could always use it to make something else if you are that way inclined. I could, but I don't want to. So this will be going straight back. What else have I got? Shorts, I think. So I'll see what they're like. Was a bit hit and miss with shorts. It's weird, isn't it? So I've just tried on a pair of 16 in the Simply Be range, which is kind of for the larger lady. And they were too small. And then I've got these 16s on from Next, and they're too big. I don't think I've ever tried a pair of 16s on, they're too big. But sometimes that's why these things are in the sale. They're not like massive, but I don't know. I'll show you. See? but they just feel a bit big all over, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a 14, if I've got them, would be too small. That would be ridiculous. But they're quite a nice pair of jeans, you know, denim shorts. Although, in a way, if it's hot enough to wear shorts, it's probably too hot for denim. So, I'm not sure. I might see if they've got them in a 14 just out of interest really, but I'm not sure there's a whole size down. But we'll see. So, not very successful. But then again, by trying them on, it lets me know ahead of time what might be successful. So now I will try on the finale. And I'll put a little photograph in here so you can see where my head is with this. I think you'll find it quite funny. If you're from the UK, if you're not, you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but let's see. This is such a lovely jacket. This is Bojan, and it was £60, I think, but vastly reduced. I think it was 130 or something originally. And you know what? I think if it didn't have these stripes on, I might be sold, but I'll show you. I just want to keep saying ahoy there, but it is lovely. It's cotton. And it was after I tried on, you know, the white trousers and that look, that kind of nautical chic look. And then I thought, oh, maybe I need a more fitted blue jacket for that look. So I went on to Next to see what they had, and this was there. What do we think? I don't know. I think there's sailors in this family. I'm not sure what they'd make of it. What do you think? Is it a step too far? It's got these lovely buttons, nice quality buttons that are not kind of too brassy. But like, when would I actually wear this? When I'm going to party on a yacht? Well, that invitation isn't coming anytime soon. So anyway, that's the kind of one that made me smile, and I thought it would make you smile too, because as I say, if you're from the UK, you'll know the reference to Hyacinth Bouquet. And indeed, it would not be the first time that I had been likened to her in my life. That's for sure and certain. Anyway, that was a bit of a mash-up today of various looks and things, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.